Have you ever had to do a speech in front of your class and you thought,
have you ever heard Eminem's song and you think,
I don't know what the just happened.
Have you ever watched a British movie without subtitles and you think,
What do you mean?
Worry not, we are here to help you understand these problems. My name is Devanda, and here are my friends, Kyla, Shay, and Wilda. When people think of English studies, people think we only analyze poems, novels, and dramas.
but the truth is, there's so much more than that because there's this thing called phonetics and phonology.
Phonetics and phonology are the study of sounds. What's the difference? Phonetic deals with how sounds are being produced.
while phonology deals with varieties of sounds? Why do we need to study it? We need to study it to understand how words are pronounced.
And today, we are going to discuss
Long vowels!
Diphthong and thriphthong!
Linking road.
I'd say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory.
First of all, we're going to talk about long vowels. Long vowels are the type of vowels that are longer than short vowels. This is because we tend to hold them longer. The mark used to differentiate long vowels and short vowels are the symbol colon. First vowel that we're going to talk about is the vowel E, which can be heard in the words beat, mean, and see. In the IPA chart, this vowel is front, high, and unrounded, meaning that the tongue height to make the sound is high, and the part of the tongue involved is the front part. Lips during this tends to be more spread. The next vowel is E, which can be heard in the word car, far, and hop. In the IPA chart, this vowel is central, low, and spread. The tongue height for this vowel is low, and the part of the tongue involved is the central part. The lips during this tends to be more on the neutral side. Next vowel is oo, which can be heard in the words soon, food, and choose. In the IPA chart, this vowel is front, back, and rounded. The height of the tongue is high, and the part involved of the tongue is the back part. The lips tend to be rounded, which means that it resembles more to a pout shape. The next vowel that we're going to talk about is the vowel E, which can be heard in the word caught, taught, and bored. In the IPA chart, this vowel is mid, back, and rounded, which means that the tongue height for this vowel is mid, the part involved of the tongue is the back part, and the lips during this tend to be more rounded. The last vowel is the vowel E, which can be heard in the word bird, fern, and nurse. According to the IPA chart, this vowel is mid, central, and neutral, which means that the tongue height is mid, the part involved of the tongue is the central part. The lips tend to be on the neutral side. Here's a little review. Long vowels are vowels that are held longer than short vowels. However, it is not the longer version of the short vowels. Instead, it is a whole different sound. Long vowels consist of a, e, o, and u. To know how to pronounce each vowel correctly, it is best to consult the IPA chart as seen below. The IPA chart will tell you how to control your tongue height, which part of your tongue you should use, and what shape your lip is supposed to make. It's time for a little quiz. You have just listened to the long vowels material. Now, let's test your knowledge. In the sentence, the sheep is next to the horse. Which long vowels are included? A. The vowels E and E. B. The vowels O and E. C. The vowels E and or D. The vowels E and O. The answer is D, the vowel E and O. The vowel E is found in the word sheep, and the vowel O is found in the word horse. Let's listen to the words again. Sheep, horse. Did you manage to get it right? The next thing that we're going to discuss is the diphthongs, which are going to be explained by my friend Kyla.
And a million dirty ways. Now I see.
Thanks, Shay. Now, the word diphthong itself means two sounds or two tones. In phonetics, however, a diphthong is a vowel in which there is a noticeable sound change within the same vowel. This has also been referred to in the past as a gliding vowel, taken from how the process of a vowel sound moving to another one is called gliding. Other names for diphthongs include a compound vowel, a complex vowel, or a moving vowel. An easy example of diphthong is in the pronunciation of the letter I. You see, at the beginning, it starts with an A sound, but then glides into an E sound. In contrast, a monophthong is when a vowel only consists of one single sound. For example, the pronunciation of the letter E. Now, the easiest way to differentiate between a monophthong and a diphthong is by looking at the placement of consonants. For example, let's take the word money. The word money contains two vowel sounds, A and E. However, there is a consonant that divides these two sounds. Now let's look at the word pie. Like the word runny, pie also consists of two different sounds, A and E. However, there is no consonant that divides these two vowel sounds. So to this we can conclude that the word pie is a word that consists of one diphthong instead of two different monophthongs. Now, a diphthong can be divided into two types, a closing diphthong and a centering diphthong. Now, in a closing diphthong, the second vowel sound is much more close than the first one. Examples include diphthongs that end in the sound E. For example, paid, tight, and void. Another example include diphthongs that end in the word U. For example, home and gown. A centering diphthong, on the other hand, is one that glides from a front or back vowel into a more central one. Centering diphthongs usually end in the vowel sound schwa or For examples include the words fierce, scarce, and lure.
Now let's recap on our last material. A diphthong is a process where a syllable contains a sound that is made with a combination of two vowels, hence the nickname gliding vowel. It is different from a monophthong, which is where that syllable only contains a single vowel sound. You can easily differentiate it by looking at the placing of consonants in a syllable, and whether or not it divides the two vowels. Diphthongs can be divided into closing diphthongs and centering diphthongs. A closing diphthong has a second vowel that is more close than the first, and consists of two kinds. First, those that end in the vowel E. The diphthong A, such as in the words say, weigh, and pay. The diphthong I, such as in the words high, buy, and sight. And last but not least, the diphthong oi, such as in the words toy, joy, and koi. The second are those that end in the vowel u. The diphthong o, such as in the words go, hello, and phone. And the diphthong ow, such as in the words house, now, and found. A centering diphthong moves from a front or back vowel sound to a central or neutral one. It ends in the vowel schwa or and can be divided into three types. The diphthong ie, such as in the words beer and fear. The diphthong eu, such as in the words chair and stare. And the diphthong or, such as in the words sure, tour, and poor. Now let's have a little quiz, shall we? Do you know Fight Song by Rachel Platten? Try listening carefully to this chorus of hers.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Now, here's a question. Which diphthong can be heard repeated constantly throughout that chorus? A. The diphthong A. B. The diphthong O. C. The diphthong I. Or D. The diphthong AU. The answer is C. The diphthong I. If you listen closely to the chorus in Fight Song, you will hear the diphthong I over and over. It can be found in the words fight, life, and alright. Remember, a diphthong is two vowel sounds gliding after one another. Let's listen to it one more time.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
Did you get it this time? Or were you right from the start?
Next up is the subject of triphthongs, which will be explained by my good friend Devanda.
I'd say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember.
Now move on to the next material. It's called triphthongs. Okay, triphthong has a meaning of a union of three vowels, but in phonetics and phonology, triphthong means a glide from one vowel to another and then to a third, all produced rapidly and without interruption. Triphthongs are said to have three articulator positions. Triphthongs are the five closing diphthongs added with an or as we like to call it, a schwa. The triphthongs that we are going to talk about are ea, aya, oya, oa, and aua. The first triphthong that we are going to discuss is ea. This triphthong can be found in the words layer and player. For example, the word player begins with the consonant p and l, and is continued with the vowel goes on to the e, and then ends with the o, or schwa. The next one is a triphthong aya, which can be found in the word fire and buyer. In the word fire, we can find the consonant th, the vowel a, the e, and then ends with a schwa. Usually, this triphthong is pronounced with the letter combination ire. Next, we have the triphthong oya, which basically consists of the diphthong oya and then ends with a schwa. Words consist of this triphthong are the words loyal and royal. The word loyal starts with the consonant l and then continues with the diphthong oya and then ends with but then it's added with the schwa and then ends with the consonant l. After that, we also have the triphthong oa. This triphthong consists of the oa diphthong and ends with a schwa. The examples of these triphthongs are lower and mower. As you can see in the word mower, it starts with the consonant m and goes with the diphthong oa but added with a schwa and make it a triphthong and ends with the consonant r. Lastly, we have the triphthongs aua. The triphthongs aua starts with the diphthong aua and ends with a schwa. The words that are made of these triphthongs are power and hour. As you can see, the word power starts with the consonant p and then goes with the triphthong aua and ends with the consonant r.
To summarize about the triphthongs material, triphthongs is a glide from one vowel to another and then to a third, all produced rapidly and without interruption. There are 5 examples of diphthongs. The first one is a. The second one is I. The third one is oya. The fourth one is o. And the fifth one is our. Diphthongs always end with a schwa. However, diphthongs has a lot of variation in the amount of vowel and movement according to how slow and careful the pronunciation is, and also because the careful pronunciation can be found by looking at the description of the corresponding diphthong and adding a schwa to the end. Welcome back to another quiz. You must be popular with pop songs, right? Let's have a listen to these songs.
And we'll never be royal. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Singing in the shower.
Now here's the question. What pair of diphthongs that you could hear from these 2 pop songs? A. O. E. B. Oe. O. C. I. Oe. D. O. O. And the answer is B. From the first song, there's a diphthong oe from the word royals, while in the second song, there's a diphthong o from the word shower. Remember, a diphthong is a glide from one vowel to another and to a third with no interruption at all. Let's have another listen.
And we'll never be royal. It's a run in our blood. That kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. Let me singing in the shower.
I hope you could get it this time. Thank you.
The next material, which is linking re, is going to be explained by my dear friend Wilda.
And a million dirty waves. Now I see you lying there.
Linking are the linking phenomena that involving the occurrence of the rhotic consonant between 2 consecutive morphemes that would not normally be pronounced. By definition, non-rhotic varieties of English only pronounce r when it immediately precedes with a vowel. This is called r vocalization, r loss, r deletion, r dropping, r lostness, and r non-rhoticity. Linking r occurs when the final spelling of a word is r and a word beginning with a vowel follows. For example, far away and here are. Linking r can be found in many popular songs. For example, in the very popular song of Oasis, Champagne Supernova, you can find the example of linking r in the ref.
Champagne supernova in the sky.
That's all for the linking r. Thank you.
The linking r sound in English is an extra sound that we use between 2 words when we are connecting these 2 words together. If we pronounce the 2 words separately, we do not use an r sound between them, but if we pronounce them together, we say r sound between the words because it makes the word easier to pronounce quickly. Listen to these pairs of words. The first time, I will say them separately, and the second time, I will pronounce them together. 4 apples. 4 apples. We use a linking r sound when the first word ends with the vowel sounds, and the second words begin with a vowel sound. Now try saying sentences that have the linking r sound quickly, but without using linking r. First, without using the linking r, and you will hear that they sound quite unnatural. and then using the linking R correctly. The car is mine. The car is mine. I saw a cat. I saw a cat. His hair is dark. His hair is dark. Linking R created so that the sound will sound natural. Sometimes the linking R sound can confuse English learners. So, here are some quizzes. Do they have linking R? A. Police labor union only works for the laborers. B. Farmer is working hard for us. C. I saw it at media even yesterday. And the answers are A. There is no linking R. B. There is a linking R between for and us. And C. There are two linking R between so and it, and media and event.
Anyway, that's all from us. We hope that you learned something from this video that we've made for you.
Thanks for watching.